After testing dozens of treadmills, I've finally unlocked a new form of torture. I mean wellness, and that's taking a dip in ice cold water with the Hydragun Supertub cold plunge. So stick around to find out what I thought of the experience and if I recommend this inflatable tub and chiller combo. What's up, treadmill review guru? I'm Kaylee, and I hope you guys know that I will go the extra mile for you. You can't tell the water temperature through a photo or a video, so I could have just pretended I got this thing super cold, but no, I really sat in the Hydragun Supertub at its lowest temperature setting because I have to experience the full range of what this product can do. Now, this is my first experience with a cold plunge like this. I've used permanent cold plunges you'll find in some gyms, and I've also been known to fill up my bathtub, a new garbage can, a feeding trough with ice, basically all the DIY budget options. So I was really excited to see how this differed and find out if it's worth the $3,000 or $4,000 price tag, depending on which version of the tub you get. A little disclaimer before we go any further, we are affiliates with Hydragun. They sent us this tub for free to review, but they don't have any more say in this video or my written review. We earn a commission if you choose to purchase the super tub, but it does not increase the cost for you, which is a win-win, I think. But let's get back to the tub. Hydragun does a fantastic job of packaging the super tub. The presentation was super nice with 3 different kit boxes for accessories, water balancing, and replacement water filters. The only complaint I had was in the packaging of the Permafrost chiller. It arrived in a cardboard box inside of a crate. You have to keep the crate in case of a return, which you have 30 days to make. We had to open the cardboard box and very precariously lift the chiller out. It's 82 pounds, so it's not the easiest thing to do. But after that hiccup, everything else went really smoothly. The chiller also has wheels, so once it's out of the box, it actually rolls around really easily. Like I said before, I'm a complete newbie to this sort of setup. I could have been overwhelmed with the process, but Hydragun provided very clear video instructions that were easy to follow. Just scan the QR code in the manual. I wish that they had more instructions in the user manual for anyone who doesn't want to watch a video, but I do think that the video made it easier for you to follow. The one thing I will mention is that the electric air pump it comes with was not charged, so that's really this first step, unless you happen to have a manual air pump like we do, so we could skip over charging it. But onto the quality of the tub. The inflatable walls have a lot of structure because they're made out of a marine vinyl with drop stitching that makes it really rigid and supportive once inflated. Drop stitching refers to a technique where thousands of little nylon strings connect the insides of the tub together. As the tub inflates, they are pulled tight and make it so that you can sit or lean on the tub. If you want more information on this technique, check out my written review. Okay, so we've reviewed another inflatable cold plunge on our channel, one from Redwood Outdoors. This tub is much more compact than that one, so it takes up less space than some of the other options on the market. The super tub is 52 inches by 28 inches by 24 inches, and it has a 60-gallon capacity. I'm 5'4" and I can stretch out my legs fully in this tub, but anyone taller than me will probably need to bend their knees. Even if you're over 6 feet though, you shouldn't have any issues keeping your lower body and most of your torso fully submerged in this tub, which is just great. The tub only weighs 21 pounds when there's no water in it. It's super awkward for me to carry around when it's inflated, but it's doable. It comes with a backpack for storage when it's deflated, and I had no trouble carrying it around then. However, when the tub is filled with water, it's like 500 pounds, so it's not going anywhere. Make sure you have it where you want it before you fill it up. The tub comes with an inflatable cover too, and anytime you aren't in the tub, you should keep the lid on to make sure nothing falls into the tub so that the water stays clean as long as possible. Now, we've got to talk about the Permafrost chiller. It's really where most of your money is going for this setup. It gets your tub to the right temperature, maintains that temperature, and filters the water. There are 2 versions of the chiller, a 0.6 horsepower and a 0.8 horsepower motor. We went for the 0.8 horsepower because it's what you need if you live in a hot climate like we do. The chiller has to work harder to maintain your water temperature, and unfortunately, it does cost $1,000 more if you need that more powerful motor. If you're keeping the super tub in a climate-controlled area where the ambient temperature is under 77 degrees, or if you live in a milder climate, you'll be just fine with the 0.6 horsepower version. One thing to know about the chiller is that it's important to keep it on constantly. It's kind of like running your AC or heat, and that turning it on and off is less efficient than if you just leave it on. That way, it's only bringing the water up or down a few degrees rather than dealing with these big temperature swings. For reference, it took about 3 hours to get the water down to 37 degrees with an ambient temperature of about 57 degrees. It took about 5 hours to get the super tub as hot as it will go, which is 108 degrees, from about the same starting temperature. But it maintained the temperature within about 2 degrees very well. Do make sure that the electrical components are kept away from water. In general, I found it pretty easy to do so. Some moisture collects around the Permafrost chiller and the tub connections, but it didn't cause us any issues since our tub was outside. If you set it up indoors, you might want to place a mat or something underneath it or wipe it up regularly. So, on to the water maintenance aspect of the Hydragun Supertub. When you first fill the tub up with water, you want to use the water balancing kit that comes with it to get the water to the right pH level. There are test strips and plenty of instructions for the process. You can also add the included sanitizer and oxidizer if you want. It will help prevent bacteria growth and filter minerals from the water. However, be warned that you may have to replace the water filter on the Permafrost chiller more often if you add these. Speaking of the filter, the Permafrost chiller has a 3-step filtration system. It has an 80 mesh strainer, a 20 micron water filter, and an ozone generator. If you need additional water filters, you can buy them from Hydragun, although you may also be able to find even cheaper filters online to reduce your ongoing cost. Keep in mind that you will still have to clean the tub out about once per month. Again, Hydragun provides plenty of instructions for the maintenance of the super tub, and I think it's still much easier and less hassle than freezing ice blocks every day or buying bags of ice. Now, let's get more into the experience itself. So recommendations for cold plunging have changed since I was first introduced to the recovery method over a decade ago. Believe it or not, my cross-country team and I used to spend like 8 to 12 minutes in the cold plunge. Now it's a much more manageable 1 to 2 minutes, which I will say that you're going to loathe the first 30 seconds of, especially if you're not used to regular cold plunging. You can start at a milder temperature, say under 60 degrees, and work your way down from there over future sessions. I'm actually a big fan of hot or warm water immersion these days. The Hydragun Supertub goes up to 108 degrees. I like to set it at about 104 to 106 and soak for about 30 minutes. Both methods are great, and most people will be able to get up to their armpits in this tub. It's as comfortable as it can be, all things considered. If you're comparing this tub to others, I do think that the tub style is an advantage over the barrel options, at least for the ease of getting in and out. You don't need a step stool or anything like that. The sides of the tub are really sturdy, so you can support yourself as you lower into the tub and get out of it. There's no seat or anything like that, but even with the tub on some bumpy concrete, I didn't feel uncomfortable at all. I have to say that it's more comfortable to be in the tub alone, but 2 smaller people can fit in the tub together and not feel uncomfortable or super awkward. I also want to mention the accessories that come with the super tub. You get an electric air pump, an anti-slip mat, a skimmer net for large debris, and a phone mount. That last one is pretty creative. So many dedicated cold plungers like to take photos or videos of their sessions, so great idea, Hydragun. You also get a little repair kit for the super tub should you have any leaks. We've had no problems, but it's nice to have the kit just in case. Okay, so I have a confession to make now that we're at the end of this video, and that's that I didn't really get the appeal of these tubs beforehand. Like I said, I've cold plunged a lot before by just buying bags of ice or taking a dip in the river in the winter. But I have to say, I now see the appeal for someone doing hot or cold water immersion daily. Your tub stays in a ready-to-go state, and it's way less hassle. I take hot baths after running quite often, and I'm always feeling like I'm running out of hot water or feeling guilty about my water usage. I like that the Hydragun Supertub and the Permafrost chiller fix both of these issues. And I also feel much more confident now about the longevity of a product like this, and I think it could be a good investment. Let me know in the comments, do you cold plunge enough for something like this, or would you want to? I've been digging into the science a lot on both cold water and hot water immersion lately, so I'd also love to hear your thoughts if you have an opinion on either and how it's worked for you. Thanks so much for watching my review of the Hydragun Supertub. You can find links to the tub and my written review in the description. This is Treadmill Review Guru. I'm Kaylee, and I'll catch you next time.